So the rumored Google Pixel 8a, the cheaper Google Pixel 8 model, actually has shown up on FCC's website recently. That means Google will announce the phone very soon. But when we can expect the phone to come to the market? If you don't know, the company recently announced that the May I/O event will happen on 14th of May. So I don't think we need to know anything more about the announcement date anymore. But then you might be thinking, what else we know about this phone? But before that, let me tell you about the design a little bit, because this has been leaked in 2023 October, so a long time back. This design is more of a googly design, I would say. It's more cuter variant of the Google Pixel 8. It's more curvy, more rounded in every single way. Plus, we also have full hands-on photo of the Google Pixel 8a. We can see the metal sides from here, this photo, the same camera bar, the same exact design of the Pixel 8, but more cuter. But now let's talk about the specs we know. Now, the headlining feature of the Pixel 7a actually was the 90Hz display compared to the 60Hz on the Pixel 6a. The Pixel 8a will actually have 120Hz refresh rate, but the screen size will still be staying the same, 6.1 inches, just like the 6a and the 7a. The resolution is still gonna be 1080p, by the way. The brightness actually is gonna be 1400 nits of peak brightness. Anyway, another thing that is coming, and this is something that is actually a secret project as of yet, and that is the DisplayPort output support. Now, if you don't know, in the Android 14 beta release, Google actually finally enabled it too, in a limited form, but they did it. So it's still not a fully featured thing, but something about it is gonna be on the stage 2 at May I/O event. So I'm expecting Samsung DeX-like desktop mode for the stock Android phones. Now, we know why the Pixels are popular. It's the cameras. The camera sensor, though, this time, it's gonna be identical to the Pixel 7a. It's the IMX787 sensor, 64 megapixel, WearOS 1.73-inch sensor. And don't expect it to change at all anytime soon. Google upgraded the sensor after a very long time on the 7a, so yeah, they're gonna keep using that. The ultra-wide-angle camera is going to be identical one to the 7a, IMX712, 13 megapixel, WearOS 3-inch sensor or so. The selfie camera is going to be again the IMX712, 13 megapixel sensor. Believe it or not, this sensor is higher resolution than both the ultra-wide-angle and the selfie sensor of the Pixel 8. So if the hardware is not changing, then we might see some processing improvements or different kind of features thanks to the Tensor G3 processor. And talking about that, the Tensor G3 is going to be a very good upgrade for the Pixel A series models, and that all of that will be paired with Mali G715 GPU. But in terms of the benchmarking numbers and everything else, for the Pixel 8a though, it will be slightly more underclocked. We can see 1 Geekbench score from last year has 1 Cortex X1 core running at 2.91 GHz, 4 Cortex A715 cores running at 2.37 GHz, and 4 Cortex A510 cores running at 1.7 GHz. It also shows the 8 GB of RAM too. Also, you can see the performance numbers. 1218 in the single core score, and the multi-core score is actually 3175. Now, this means also the ISP is getting an upgrade. That means better processing, also a better modem. So the packaging of this chipset is going to be different from the flagship ones. The flagship ones uses the FOPLP. The Pixel 8s G3 will use the IPOP, which is Integrated Package on Package. According to Samsung, the IPOP is thicker and hotter than FOPLP, but it is also cheaper, which explains why it is coming to this phone. But you see what I'm trying to say here. It's going to be quite a bit weaker in comparison to the flagship chipset. Another thing that we know is that it will be available in many more countries. Now, we haven't heard about the battery though, but it's somewhere gonna be 4400 to 4500 mAh battery. Not more than that, not less than that. And I don't know about the charging capabilities either. But if you don't know, the Pixel 7a currently offers 18 watt of fast charging and 7.5 watt of wireless charging. So maybe that's the same thing you can expect from here as well. Just like the storage, it's gonna be UFS 3.1 128GB base model. So yeah, that's all the specs we know of the Google Pixel 8a. But I think we missed to look at one thing, is that the display bezels are gonna be quite a bit thicker compared to the Pixel 8. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you waiting for the Pixel 8a or you have moved on to something else? And yes, if you want, you can get some crazy cool wallpapers up on my website. A link down below. Until the next one, bye and take care.